Your startup failed and a part of you failed with it. You are not just out of business, you are questioning your own worth, your decisions, and your identity. If you felt that crushing weight, that unique silence that comes after the chaos, you are in the right place. We are not just talking about the business loss, we are talking about how to rebuild the founder. You poured every late night, every dollar, every ounce of belief into this venture. It wasn't just a company. For a time, it was your entire identity. The world celebrates the 1% of the founders who make it, plastering their faces on magazines, but it's completely silent about the other 99%. The ones left standing in the wreckage, feeling isolated, ashamed, and believing their failure is unique personal verdict on their capabilities. But what if I told you that this is a devastating emotional journey isn't unique at all? It's a predictable pattern. And what if the key to your next great success isn't in the forgetting the failure, but in navigating its aftermath with a specific strategic framework that turns this profound pain into your greatest asset? This video is your guide through the unseen emotional scars of startup failure. We are going to give a voice to the struggle that startup culture ignores. You've been told to fail forward and learn from your mistakes, but no one tells you how to handle the gut wrenching identity crisis or the grief that comes when your dream dies. You feel like you are in a free fall with no parachute. By the end of this video, you will have a complete toolkit to understand and process this experience. You won't just get over it, you will rebuild your resilience on a foundation that is stronger and smarter than before. I have seen this journey up close, both in my own failed startups and in many founders I have coached through theirs. The strategies we are covering are a direct result of those hard won lessons combined with a deep research into the psychology of what it truly takes to recover and rebuild. First, we will dissect the identity crisis and I will give you a tool to separate your worth from your company's performance. Then we will map your experience onto 5 different stages of founder grief. This will be your You Are Here map. Finally, I'll give you actionable scripts for handling those painful conversations and a method to audit your experience for lessons, not just losses. Part 1, the identity crisis. So, let's start with the most disorienting part, the question that haunts you in the silence. Well, if I'm not the CEO of my company, who am I? Getting this piece right is the foundation of your entire recovery. I remember after my first big failure, I'd go to introduce myself to someone new and I'd just freeze. My entire elevator pitch was about the company. Without it, I felt like a ghost. This is the identity venture fusion, and we have to surgically separate them. Think of it like this: a blacksmith forges a beautiful, complex sword. They pour all their skill into it. If that sword breaks in a battle, does that mean a blacksmith is a failure? No. It means they are blacksmiths who made a sword that broke. They still possess all the skill, strength, and the knowledge to forge another even better one. You are the blacksmith, not the sword. Grab that notebook. We are going to do the decoupling exercise. But let's go deeper. Column 1, company assets. List everything that belongs to the company. The code base, the client list, the brand, the office lease. These are all the things that are gone. Column 2, your eternal inventory. Now, for every item in your column, write down the skills you need to create it. Instead of the code base, you write learned Python under the pressure, manage technical project, and instead of client list, you write built relationships from scratch, mastered persuasive sales and presentation, handled difficult negotiation, blah 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 blah. Instead of brand, you write creative storytelling, strategic market positioning. See the difference? The first list is what you lost. The second list is what you earned. It's your permanent inventory of skills and it's more valuable than the company ever was. Part 2, the founder's grief cycle. Okay, you have started to separate yourself from the venture, but you still feel awful, lost, and angry. Let's put a name to those feelings. This isn't random chaos, it's a predictable cycle. Understanding this is like being lost in a forest and someone hands you a map and a compass. Stage 1, denial, the hope trap. Denial isn't just saying this isn't happening. For founders, it's the one more trap. If I can get just one more meeting, if I can land one more client, it's the fantasy of last minute rescue. You're refreshing your email hoping for a miracle. The danger here is that it stops you from moving on. Case study. I worked with a founder, let's call her Sarah, who spent 2 months after her company was technically insolvent, still paying for the software subscription and trying to network because admitting it was over felt like death sentence. She was trapped in denial. The first step we took was simply writing down the company is closed and saying it out loud. It's a painful but a necessary anchor in reality. Once the reality hits, the anger comes at your co founder, your investors, the market, your customers for not getting it. Even at yourself. This anger is a powerful protective energy. It's better than the numbness of depression, but undirected, it's toxic. Here's the actionable insight. You need to channel the blast. Don't text your co-founder at 2 a.m. Instead, open a blank document titled The Unsent Letter. Write down every single thing that makes you furious. Get it all out. Then take that energy and go for a hard run. Lift weights, do something physical. Process the energy so you can get the message underneath it. Stage 3, bargaining. After the fire of anger, you get the haunting whispers of what if. This might be the one of the most painful stages of all. How do you escape the prison of your own past decisions? Bargaining is when you become a time traveler of regret. If only I hired a different CTO. If only I hadn't launched in August. You replay every mistake in the torturous loop. This is like trying to drive forward by only looking in the rearview mirror. You are guaranteed to crash again. To break the loop, you must shift from what if to what did I learn. Pick one what if that haunts you. For example, what if I had listened to the feedback that our pricing was too high? Now, reframe it as a lesson. I learned that I must create a formal system for testing pricing and validating it with real customers' data before a major launch. One is a prison of regret, the other one is a blueprint for your next success. Stage 4, depression, the silent voice. This is a stage where everyone fears. The energy is gone, the anger is all gone. All that's left is heavy, grey emptiness. You isolate yourself because you feel ashamed. You believe that the failure is a permanent stain on you. I remember being in this stage. I didn't leave my apartment for 3 days. A friend texted me, just checking in. I almost ignored it, but I forced myself to reply, having a rough time. He replied, I've been there, want to get a coffee? No business talk. The small act of connection was a lifeline. Here's your actionable insight. Your goal here is not to fix the depression, it's to create one small point of light. The 111 rule. Each day, your only job is to talk to a person, a text counts, move your body for 1 minute, a walk to a mailbox counts, accomplish one small thing, making your bed counts. This is how you fight the inertia of the void. Finally, acceptance. It's not I'm happy, I failed. It's it happened. It's a part of my story now. So what next? It's the moment you stop looking in the rearview mirror and turn your eyes to road ahead. You look at your eternal inventory list and realize you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. Part 3, facing the world. Okay, you're starting to manage your internal world, but now you have to face the external one, the questions, the pity, the financial terror. Let's build your armor. The worst part is information vacuum. When you go silent, people fill the void with their own stories. He lost all his money, she couldn't handle the pressure, and so on. You must control your narrative. Here are the scripts to do so. The coffee shop script. It was an incredible learning experience, but we ultimately had to wind it down. I'm taking some time to decompress and explore a few new ideas. It's positive, professional, and dead end for gossip. The family dinner script. I know you're worried, and I appreciate it. The last chapter was tough, but it's close. I'm actually excited to be in a learning phase right now. The best way you can support me is to just trust my process. It acknowledges their concern but sets a firm boundary. The mentor script. Honestly, it was a brutal failure and it hit me hard. I'm trying to audit what went wrong, particularly around go to market strategy or whatever it is. I'd love to get your perspective on it when you have a moment. This shows humility and turns a moment of shame into an opportunity for growth. Part 4, the lesson audit from wreckage to blueprint. Everything we have done so far has been about surviving. This final part is about thriving. How do we turn this gut wrenching failure into a single most valuable asset on your resume? Hustle culture sold your life. That burnout is a badge of honor. It's not. It's a direct cause of failure. It destroys your most important asset, your decision making ability. The goal now is to not just find a new idea, but to build a new, more sustainable operating system for yourself. Here's the action item. The personal lesson audit. This is the final exercise. Be brutally honest. What feedback did I ignore? Why did I ignore it? What part of the work gave me energy and what part drained it? What system will I build to prevent this specific failure next time? So, we have decoupled your identity from your company. We have mapped your journey through 5 stages of grief, armed you with scripts for outside world, and given you a framework to turn the wreckage into your next blueprint. Remember that feeling of being lost and alone? That was you without a map. Now you have one. You can see this not as a random chaotic event, but as a process you can navigate. I promised you a guide to turn this pain into an asset. By seeing the patterns and applying these tools, you are no longer just a failed founder, you are a seasoned leader who has weathered the ultimate storm. Your startup is gone, but your resilience, your skill, your hard earned wisdom, that's your real valuation. And it has never been higher. The failure is not the end of your story, it's the end of the prologue. Your main story starts now. And that's why I built the system I wish I had back then. I created it to make sure no founder has to go through that same unstructured, soul crushing pain again. It's called Build It or Kill It SaaS validation system. Get paying customers or kill the idea in just 6 to 8 weeks. This is the decisive validation system that gives you a definitive answer in 6 to 8 weeks. You either get paying customers or you kill the ideas fast before it kills you. 6 weeks if you have strong leverage, 8 weeks if you need more time. Either way, you will have the clarity you need before you waste months or even years building something nobody wants. If you are ready to turn the pain of your past into the power for your future and build your next venture the right way, click the link in the description and learn more.